DW, you better pay close attention. You better reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. This is reality TV at its best.
That's right, and we're getting ready to come around here. Right now, the spotters are already telling the guy back there in the back, pick it up. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Jeff Gordon was worried about starting in fourth spot up on the outside, and you can see why. Already Travis Quaffle,
Casey Kane.
Whoa, that was almost, that's that chain reaction thing. It isn't over yet. Here we go.
Jason Leffler, an 11 car, hits the wall hard in turn 2. Caution will be out.
Somebody got up on top of it.
Yeah, Hermie Sadler. That wreck started 25 cars in front of Jason Leffler.
Chain reaction, baby. That's just what happens. Somebody lets up, somebody doesn't.
Casey Kane got loose going into turn 1. He was tapped by Brian Vickers. By the time everybody else whoed up, 12 rows further back, somebody turned the 11 of Leffler into the wall.
And Mike, you talked about the owner points, the danger zone. Jason Leffler in that 11 car, they came into Bristol 35th in owner points. This is going to be a big hit for him.
Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Spencer. It's already been a too exciting day for his car. Watch the 9 car of Casey Kane.
So here you go. They go down in the corner, and ooh, Tony gave him got a little nerf there. That got him up the hill loose, a lot of loose stuff up high. He had to check up, and what you don't see is back behind him.
We'll see it here.
Everybody starts, the spotters start hollering, car high, he's in trouble. Some guys are letting up, some guys aren't. Michael gets turned, Jimmy Spencer into the 11, and here comes
nowhere for Hermie Sadler and a 66 to go.
So Jason Leffler with damage. Jimmy Spencer goes back on track, just right there to the left of the leader. Hermie Sadler in the garage with Carl Edwards. We're back under green.
Boy, Rusty Wallace in the 2 car running second. He tried to make a run at Elliott Sadler in the 38 car going off in the 1 after the restart. These laps, even though Elliott Sadler's in the top 10 in points, this is the first laps he's led in 2005.
I tell you, the way Rusty runs at this joint, running this good, got to put a little money on him today.
Tested, brand new car, and a lot of bounce in his step.
You got it.
Nemechek in the wall hard with Casey Mears. Turn 1.
Mears was having some kind of problem.
Right there.
And Kyle Busch has spun off the backstretch.
Hit hard back there, too. Something was wrong with the 41 car. He'd been just falling back. I'm not sure what his problems were.
And I know Kyle Busch in the 5 as well as Joe Nemechek in the 01. They were 2 cars that elected to pit on that last caution. Casey Mears stayed out. Casey Mears has had the worst luck in the world of anybody at Bristol, Tennessee.
Kyle Busch, who spun in practice, or spun on his qualifying attempt rather, spinning at the same spot, turn 2. Watch the 01 of Nemechek. Let's see what happened here.
I think what's going to happen here is he got into Nemechek, spins Nemechek, and he cuts down the 5's right rear tire. And he doesn't know it until he gets over to turn 2.
Casey Mears in the 41 just had nowhere to go.
A lot of parts flying out from that 41 car. Which we don't have soft walls down the front straightaway. On the inside. Have them down the back on the inside, but not on the front.
Then at turn 2, Kyle Busch loses control after that contact with Nemechek.
But I believe you're right, DW. I believe he had a tire that was going down or cut down by the 01 car.
Right.
Green flag.
That pretty much shows you right there. You see our leader, Elliott Sadler, taking the green flag at the start-finish line. The tail end of the field was in the middle of the backstretch, a half a lap down like Kyle Busch in the 5.
Lead change. Rusty Wallace to the inside.
And how did that happen?
His brother opened that hole.
Brother kind of made a hole for him.
Mike Wallace in the 4 car, 1 lap down, trying to get back on the lead lap after that penalty earlier.
A lot of brothers racing out here today. Maybe that'll work out for some other brothers.
It's the 28th time that Wallace has led at Bristol. First time that Rusty has led this season.
And I would have to say, it's going to change a bunch. We talked about it in the beginning of the show, Mike. The racetrack had no rubber on it when the green flag dropped. Now that we're 67 laps in, the racetrack is getting more to where it was on Friday in practice.
Here, turn one.
Mike Bliss is in the wall with Kyle Busch. Man, that's the second one for Kyle today, and it's the fourth caution of the afternoon. There's not a lot of sheet metal left to Kyle Busch's car, and there you see the damage to Mike Bliss.
Kyle's car's got fluids running out of it. He's going straight to the garage. I think he's probably had about all he can take.
But you know what, guys? I think this is the caution that those guys that pitted the last time were looking for, hoping that those top 15 or so cars will now make their first pit stop.
Now under caution, everyone enters the pits from the turn 2 side, and we'll see if the pits open this time by. There's sheet metal out there on the racetrack in turn 2, and the flag's still waving, showing the pits has closed.
They're running over each other trying to get in the garage.
I'm going out. You coming in?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Next. Oh,
infield is definitely like 50 pounds in a 10-pound bag.
Well, there are only 80 some cars in there.
86.
And Carl Edwards is coming back for more.
He needs a spirits. He needs to give him some more spirits.
When you come up onto the racetrack, Carl, go all the way up.
Hard to say.
Yeah, not sure what happened there.
But this will be the first hard luck that Mike Bliss, the zero car, has really had. Came into this race 13th in points, only 15 out of the top 10.
I mean, Bliss was around by the time Kyle Busch got all that front end damage running into him, but what is not clear is what happened to Mike Bliss to turn him around.
Exactly. I didn't never see that.
Pits are open now. Once again, we're seeing about all of those cars that have not made a pit stop yet come to pit road. So right now it looks like Michael Waltrip in the 15 car will inherit the lead. Steve Burns.
Dave Blaney, the 07. Larry says he's losing just a little grip in the front end, so they've taken a half a pound of air out of both front tires. More tires for Blaney.
Jeff Gordon started in the 4th position. He dropped back 1 spot to 5th. He said the car is loose in, a little bit loose off, and tight in the center. It's the tight in the center that they want to fix on this pit stop, because that's where Jeff Gordon says he is losing the tie.
Rusty Wallace, 55 career wins, chasing number 56. No adjustments to the 2 car. Meanwhile, Elliott Sadler, the pole sitter today, the looks go on. It's a race off. The 2 will win it. His car was tight, especially on entry. They made an air pressure adjustment in the left rear. Steve?
Matt troubles for Dave Blaney. He just got his car started. He said the clutch was stuck to the floorboard. They lost a lot of time here on pit road.
Nice to have you with us. A number of cautions, 4 so far. Lap 78, Michael Waltrip leading. Rusty Wallace and Elliott Sadler have led.
Yeah, Michael Waltrip right now is leading because he made a pit stop earlier along with the rest of these guys that are following him about really first all the way back to about 8. All these guys that stopped. Rusty Wallace, who was running up front, is 9th. He's one of the guys that's made the latest pit stop. Right now, Michael's doing a great job kind of showing away around this Bristol Raceway.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently running 7th, and the pole sitter, Elliott Sadler, is now 11th.
Well, Kyle Busch's car is an absolute mess. After such a terrific start to the season with a pole in California, a 2nd place finish in Vegas, this thing is a piece of junk. And if they can get it back on the racetrack, it'll be a major miracle. It's missing its right front fender. Both left front and the hood are gone. Right rear fender is gone as well. It's leaking oil as we have a lead change on the speedway.
Kevin Harvick dove underneath Michael Waltrip and brought Matt Kenseth with him. So Harvick from last to first.
A little bit of strategy. He did it in less than 100 laps. We're at lap 92, coming to lap 92.
And he came here, he tested, got a really, really good race set up, and it is showing up now, baby.
Took him less than 20 laps to break in to the top half of the field.
And a guy that needs a really good run is sitting right there behind him.
Matt Kenseth in the 17. Yeah, and Kevin Harvick is not that far off sync with the other cars. It's only 20 laps difference in his tires.
Rusty Wallace takes 3rd from Michael Waltrip.
Well, that's a bit of an unknown, Larry. You know, with the new tire we have here this year, it's a little softer right side. What's this tire going to do over the long haul? Old Blue is sneaking up on him, though. He started back here in about 10th, 11th spot because of these guys that didn't pit Rusty Wallace, and he's working his way right back up there, closing in on our leaders.
Pole sitter Elliott Sadler, along with Dale Jr., moving up to 8th and 9th, putting Ricky Rudd's number 21 to 10th.
And to tell you how much better Rusty's car is than Elliott's, they restarted together, 11th and 12th.
And both of them have fresh tires.
For the lead, Rusty Wallace. And Harvick saw him coming, saw the closing rate, and Darrell looked to me like Kevin just moved over and let him go.
That's smart racing. What'd you say, friendship between these two guys? Remember who knocked Rusty out of a win here a few years ago? Going down into third turn.
Jeff Gordon is 2 laps down, trying to get within 1 lap of the leader, but he cannot restart before the leader. So Rusty hauls him off into turn 1.
I think Rusty was playing games with him just a little bit, lagging back, just trying to see if he could entice him. You go ahead, you jump this restart, you'll be more than 2 laps down right now, because Rusty Wallace knows that 24 will come back to haunt him.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I wouldn't want him behind me. I'd rather let him be. He's 2 laps down. Why do I want to race him right now?
And he needs to get one of these laps back. He's trying real hard down here in the middle of 3 and 4 the hard way. Little bit of bump right there. He'll get one of them back.
Late change.
I would not have wanted the 24 behind me. I would have let him take off on the restart.
So Gordon takes off, but he takes Kevin Harvick with him, and we have a new leader.
Of course, Jeff Gordon right now would love to see another caution, because then he would only be 1 lap down. Remember, went 2 laps down, having a tire problem under green not that many laps ago.
I think what you just saw with Jeff and Rusty is results of what has happened here in the past.
It's been one of his better racetracks, as well as it has been for Rusty Wallace. 4 pulls, 5 wins.
The thing about it is, I mean, he's 2 laps down. He's back. He's 1 lap down now.
Trouble turn 3. Ryan Newman, after contact with Schrader, spins around.
And Jeff Gordon just got a lap back, and that was going to be my point. Now he gets up to the front of the restart line again. The next thing you know, he's back in the race.
Ryan Newman, 12 car, just a so-so qualifying run on Friday, but he'd been struggling the entire race, DW.
He ran a lot of race runs here, and then, of course, he didn't win the pole, so it's not a typical weekend for him.
He went into turn 3 on the outside of Kenny Schrader. They may have made a little contact, and then Steve Newman spun up to the fence. Elliott Sadler, Matt, running in 6th.
Not as stellar as he was earlier in the race, Mike. 2 problems: fighting a tight condition. Todd Parrott made a track bar adjustment on the last stop, went up around and a half. Now also, his other problem, he has no radio contact with the team. They have to go back to the old style racing. If it's tight, put your hand out the window up on the 8-post or almost out of the roof if you can reach it, and on the door if he's loose.
Lead change. Rusty Wallace back to the front. Dove underneath Kevin Harvick. And again, Darrell, I'm impressed with the race Harvick is driving. Rusty closes right up on him. All right, go ahead, lead a while.
I'm impressed with the race Rusty's driving.
Oh, yeah.
That baby is right.
Getting set for the restart. Jeff Gordon back on the lead lap, but just now exiting pit road, picking up tail end of the field. And we're going to get one to go this time by. So let's have a look at pit road under this round of stops.
I tell you just have so little time here. Ooh, that's got to hurt to 19. Didn't look like it hurt to 29 much.
Jeff?
Well, guys, the one thing I was noticing, we talk about how good the car number 2 is running, Rusty Wallace, but watch this pit crew. They're trying to keep their driver up front. They're proud of everything Rusty's doing. Watch the guy on the left front tire changer. Comes around, the jack goes up, reaches it one-handed, tosses that tire side, bam, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're down and away. This pit stop crew, they're doing a great job of keeping their driver motivated. Everything is working really well for these guys today.
And Jeff, you know why he can do the left front that way? It doesn't have an interliner in it. That's a pretty light tire and wheel.
Green flag, and Terry Labonte takes off. How long can he stay in front on worn tires with Rusty Wallace breathing down his neck? We'll see.
He got off a turn 2 like a rocket. Terry likes to rocket. Rusty looks like he's having trouble getting up to speed. They must have made they must really drop the air pressure down in his tires.
Yeah, because right now he has his hands full with Matt Kenseth in that 17 car. Matt started back in the 25th position, got that track position early through the virtue of strategy on pit stops up there all over the rear bumper of that 2 car.
On the concrete, you build up so much air pressure in the tires, and you try to drop them down. You just keep letting air out of them all day long until you get to a point where you can't do any more, but it makes it tough on the restarts.
Terry Labonte with 2 wins at Bristol. As you see, Elliott Sadler struggle to hold Jeremy Mayfield back. Sadler had just been passed 2 laps ago by Kevin Harvick.
Actually, what I think is going on with Jeremy Mayfield in the 19 car, his crew chief Kenny Francis, I talked about only 25 laps being on the tires. They rolled the dice and went with just 2 right side tires. And I think for several laps, you pay the price for that, letting the rights catch up with the older lefts.
Pretty impressed with the way Terry's getting his old car off of turn 2 over there. He comes off there strong.
Dale Jarrett in 10th. On the bumper, Dale Jr. as, boy, Sadler just got turned around there.
Sadler's struggling on this restart. Again, I think it's just guys that are letting air out of the tires, and here goes Rusty for the lead.
Labonte with 2 wins here and one that coulda, woulda, shoulda been.
And Terry Labonte in the 44 was trying to get back to the bottom before Matt Kenseth in the 17 car gets there, but he falls back to 3rd position now. Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the 32 car trying to get that free pass if we get a caution 1 lap down.
Well, these right side tires, now you got to remember something, Larry, and you know this too. Jeff knows it. These tires are softer. They're going to wear quicker. When the tires wear, you run over a little piece of debris, you cut the tire down.
Dick?
Well, Biffle has just heard his spotter Joel Edmonds tell him that it looks okay, but by the same token, the crew is on the wall and they're ready to change it if that's the decision.
And Dick, right now his lap times look pretty good, but meanwhile, left-hand side of your screen, Matt Kenseth in the 17, all over the rear bumper of Rusty Wallace in the 2. Rusty goes up the racetrack. Matt Kenseth will lead this lap in the 17.
Now, see, that's the other thing I'm not sure about Rusty's car. This is a long green. Rusty's cars are notorious for being fast for about 50 laps. Then they get a little bit loose on him before he gets ready to make his pit stops.
This is definitely the longest run we've had. We're approaching about 80 to 90 laps into this run.
And when will they have to stop, Larry?
We still have about another 60 laps before they would have to come to pit road should we stay green.
Get a quick update from Rusty's pit.
When Rusty was passed by the 17 of Kenseth, he came to Mike and said, I'm a little loose right now, just a little loose. Meanwhile, Kenseth has been fighting a tight race car most of the day like he has been most of the weekend. Just hasn't been able to get it to turn like he would like to. The air pressure and track bar adjustment on the last stop has helped.
266 of 500 laps complete at Bristol. We're in the longest green flag run we've had today. Moments ago, Rusty Wallace running 2nd. Cuts down a tire just past the entry to pit road. Has to come all the way around to make this pit stop. Wallace will get 4, and that will cost him dearly. He will go 2 laps down to race leader Matt Kenseth. Then as he comes out on the track, Jeremy Mayfield cuts down a tire, cuts to the inside, and Jeff Green pounds the wall in turn 1, bringing out the caution. Actually, Mayfield's problem is a battery problem, but Jeff Green got up and into the wall, and we're under caution.
I think what happened to Jeff Green, I think he had a tire issue. He just was not as lucky as those other guys.
Yeah, it looked like the right front was knocked down.
Good qualifying run for Jeff Green on Friday, and there you see the battery change going on the 19 car. And remember, he was one of the cars on the last caution that took 2 tires. The mistake I made, I said his crew chief was Kenny Francis. It's actually Slugger Labby. Kenny was his crew chief last year.
Getting ready to roll with 188 laps to go. That's Rusty Wallace on the inside of the front row. He is 2 laps down, trying to get one of those back. Matt Kenseth is the leader from Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, and Elliott Sadler.
Look at Greg Biffle, though. He's wanting to take the lead from Rusty and put that 2 car another lap down. So now Rusty's back 2 laps down.
See, Rusty was playing games with Kenseth there, run him up the hill trying to get ahead of him, and Biffle said, well, you just do that and I'll take the lead.
Took advantage of it.
But still a long way to go. Everybody back on fresh tires. It was a lengthy caution because they brought out the blowers.
Whoa, Ricky Rudd in the 21 got to the back of Matt Kenseth in the 17. We have caution on the racetrack.
Lock her down.
So Rusty Wallace will get one of those laps back. Ricky up there fighting to try to stay the first car lap down. Matt Kenseth in the 17 was running in second.
Boy, and Matt's he better get that thing cranked up, get it going.
Yeah, because here comes Greg Biffle, the leader. Of course, the field is frozen. As long as he can get going back to maintaining caution lap speed.
Now, this is the kind of thing that's happened to Matt Kenseth this year that never has happened before. Normally, he's kind of like he's the luckiest guy out there, but he hadn't been this year.
This was going off into turn 1. Matt goes up the hill just a little bit. Ricky just gets in the throttle and just gets in the back of him.
Well, Ricky almost got about the top 4 there.
Now, we heard one driver say earlier, and think of Ricky Rudd's position. Look in his mirror. There's Kevin Harvick. He does get against the back of Kenseth, but what happens if he lifts, Darrell, and he allows Kenseth to get straightened out?
Kenseth doesn't spin out.
Oh, yeah, but what happens to Rudd?
I'm not sure about that.
Nope.
You're exactly right. It's just one thing leads to another.
See, he's got a mirror full of that.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick came very close to getting in the back of him.
All right, fire up.
Well, let's ride with Kevin Harvick through this.
I think Ricky just gets back to the gas quite a bit quicker, and
keep going.
cause him to slow down was right in the back of Matt.
Dick Berggren on the leader.
Well, Greg Biffle had quite a conversation with Doug Richard, his crew chief, during that caution flag. He said that the car is bottoming out, leaving turns 2 and 4, but that's okay, said Biffle, because the car is running on low air pressure with fresh tires on it. Biffle also said the car feels a little bit squishy, but that he is balancing the way it handles by the way he drives.
Oh, Schrader round on the back.
Bobby Labonte.
Gordon got a little bit of it. Got a
Blaney, McMurray. Martin.
41 car, 97 got some damage, 40 car.
A lot of our lead lap cars.
Ricky Rudd's car is destroyed.
The 18 cars got quite a bit of damage.
Mark Martin, the 6 car, came in here 5th in points. He's involved.
There's Bobby Hamilton Jr. Somebody turned Schrader dead sideways in front of the oncoming field.
Yeah, they were going Alpha 2 there, and Schrader was down the inside, and it looked like Schrader moved a little, and the car on the outside moved a little. They got together, and around he went.
See Jamie McMurray in the 42 car.
Oh,
Dave
man.
Blaney worked his way back in the top 10 after
we were just
sitting on the
talking about
outside
him.
pole.
Yeah, just talking about him.
All kinds of troubles for Mark Martin, the 6 car.
7 cars involved in all with heavy damage. And let's see how it got started. Watch the 49 of Schrader.
Come off a corner here, and he's on the inside of Tony Stewart. Everything's clean there, clean. Ooh. Couldn't tell. Did the 32 get in the back of him?
I think so.
That's what it looked like.
Rusty sneaks through with minimal damage. So does Jeff Gordon. Michael Waltrip got hit.
Kurt Busch has got damage, but not a lot, I don't think. This will be big.
Turn 3.
Just absolutely. It all happened so fast.
All right, boys, we're right in the middle of it. Probably busting the radiator.
I think he got in the back of Rusty. Let's see here.
Side 97 only, outside. And spin.
You heard Ricky Rudd just drilling.
I mean, yeah, we have our top 6 cars all the way from Greg Biffle back to Dale Earnhardt Jr. and 8 car running within about a second of each other.
Well, this is when racing here is kind of fun. Stand out a little bit. There's not cars everywhere. You got a little bit of room to race. Kind of set a guy up, make some moves, make some passes. Got the 9. He's in the fence. Turn
3 and 4 and off the wall, but I guess that smoking tire finally went down.
Yeah, it didn't fix itself.
He's trying to get down to the bottom of the racetrack where he can get to pit road, and he will make it. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car. He just went by our pole sitter, Elliott Sadler, in the 38. Dale Earnhardt Jr. now back in 5th position, back in the top 5. Good job of keeping that car clean today.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. He just kept his nose clean all day, and he's right up there, coming to the front.
The other car that is unmarked is the one right in front of Junior, and that's the Home Depot Chevy.
Whoa! Oh, man, Jimmy Johnson.
Oh.
I knew that.
Hard hit by Jeff Burton in the 31.
Oh, right into Kurt
Busch in the 97. Nowhere for him to go.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a hard lick.
That was Jeff Burton saying he was fine. a head-on between Burton and Kurt Busch. Well, you see Busch is steering the car to a stop.
That was a heavy lick.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Oh boy,
And
listen to
okay.
that. Listen to the so dejected. I was just going to mention the fact that he had gotten his car straightened out. He was in pretty good shape, sitting there running in 6th spot.
Well, his bid, Kurt Busch, has bid for 4 wins in a row in the spring race. It pretty much ends here on lap 361.
And Jeff Burton, except for that cut tire, he had a very strong run going today, as have all the Childress cars.
Burton was in harm's way. I mean, he was sitting up there, and when he got by our leader there, you see Jimmy Johnson, he gets down under Jeff Burton, and he just washes up into him. And this right here, just right up in front of,
Almost
what a
nose
lick.
to nose.
It's Jeff Burton walking down the racetrack, and he is signaling to Mr. Johnson that I'm not happy with you, sir.
New leader is Jeff Gordon, who did not pit under this caution flag.
Don't like this strategy. You know, we saw Terry Labonte do this earlier in the race, and man, next thing you know, he was going to the house to get tires.
By my calculations, he has about 30 to 35 laps on his tires. Boy, he gets a good jump on Greg Biffle in the 16, as well as Rusty in the 2.
I'd call that a real good jump.
Rusty had climbed back to the lead lap after a flat tire, but then now finds himself 2 laps down. One of those a penalty lap for pulling up the pit under the red. Rusty slips high. Biffle gets by underneath.
Yeah, when he jumped into throttle in 3 and 4, his car wiggled with him, went up the racetrack. Right now, Jeremy Mayfield in the 19. Jeremy's actually quite a number of laps down, 4 laps down back in 20.
Where he gets Rusty shoved up on the outside, that's going to open the door for a lot of guys.
Wallace's former teammate.
It's just so hard when you come off the corner here like Jimmy Johnson is, particularly if you hit that apron, and that's what you do off of turn 2, shoot you into that guy on the outside, so you got to really be careful.
And there is Johnson bringing his Hendrick teammate Brian Vickers with him. Behind, Tony Stewart, Elliott Sadler, Matt Kenseth, Dale Jr.
Darrell, I know Jeff Gordon has old tires, but he just ran the fastest lap he's ran in this race.
Tony ducked underneath Vickers and slid up the track into Wallace and went for a spin rather than wreck the bunch of them.
And nobody hit him, which is amazing. The caution is out right now.
And who gets a lap back here?
I believe Kyle Petty will get the free pass. The car that is coming is Harvick. He just went past Dale Jarrett a lap ago to move up into 7th, and he was the fastest of all cars on this last lap. That Goodwrench number 29.
Here we go. We're going to have a lead change, looks like. Gordon had to let the 19 go, Mayfield, and now Biffle is there.
Biffle is all over the back of that 24 car.
And guess what? He won't wait. He will go right there.
Jeff Gordon in 24, I think he's paying the price for those 30 more laps on his tires. Now his teammate Jimmy Johnson in the 48 will pull up to the back of him. Jimmy running in the 3rd position.
Boy, Larry, I think you got to tip your hat to Doug Richard and those guys on that 16 car. They have not run bad anywhere this year. Whatever kind of racetrack we go to, they got her dialed in.
DW, you know, I agree with getting all you can, but I'm going to say this late in the race, Jeremy Mayfield back there in the 19 car, 3 laps down, he's really playing havoc with these lead lap cars.
Here we go. Yeah, I agree with you. 29 looking under Biffle, and he will be adios. See you later, Mr. Biffle.
And Elliott Sadler, our pole sitter in the 38, he tried to take advantage of it as well back there in the 3rd spot.
I think that they're very optimistic to think they can finish in the top 5. That would be the Biffle crowd.
See how much quicker Elliott Sadler in the 38 can put the throttle down and stay in it. If he ever gets that right front to that left rear quarter panel right in there, gets a run down the front stretch, he'll probably take the position going off into turn 1.
Biffle had to give him some room. There he goes.
And now Biffle's teammate Matt Kenseth in the 17 car is right behind him. If there's anybody that needs a good finish here today, it would be Matt Kenseth in that 17 car.
Yeah, and who would have thunk it after, you know, he spun around over there off turn 2, sitting there in the infield.
Not a lot of marks on that car today. He's in the 5th position, and we've got 6 laps to go. See Kevin Harvick, 29 car leader in a lot of lap cars. And how about old Carl Edwards in the 99? A backup car started at the rear of the field. They had the radiator problem. He's 54 laps down, but he's almost in the top 25, 26th position.
Well, you know, he may go home from Bristol and come back here the next 2 or 3 times and say, well, it wasn't a bad weekend at Bristol, that first one I had.
Tony Stewart has moved up to third. He's
Go, Harv, 4 to go.
almost a straightaway to get to Elliott Sadler, but after that spin, what a great recovery for Stewart. First to save the car and then to get it back up to the front.
Gordon still got problems. They changed right sides. Maybe it's the left rear, but he's still got problems.
He's going to limp around and finish these last 3 laps.
We had a battle for fourth right here between Greg Biffle and the 16, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 8. It did not last long. In fact, Biffle's going to lose another couple of positions to Dale Jarrett in the 88. Now we have Jimmy Johnson in the 48. But remember, Greg Biffle's out there on about 130 lap tires.
Yeah, he's just he's moving up out of the way. He knows he's a sitting duck.
Please, somebody wave the white flag.
Just keep hitting your marks, nice and straight up off.
Well, I think you're going to get your wish, Mike and Greg Biffle, because white flag for Kevin Harvick.
It'll be a great day for children. See him setting up on the pit box down there, kind of enjoying this afternoon.
Half a lap to go.
Nothing like a sunny afternoon in Bristol, Tennessee.
Kevin Harvick from the back to the front scores the 77th career Cup win for owner Richard Childress. Harvick wins the Food City 500.
Elliott Sadler, our pole sitter, second. And that is a happy group. Under the direction this week of Scott Miller, the engineer, with Todd Berry, the crew chief, at home watching closely, I'm sure. Todd, congratulations.
Tony Stewart is third, Dale Earnhardt Jr. fourth. Cup champion Alan Kulwicki lost his life on this race weekend.